welcome back to Akshita's Recipes. Thank you so much for being here today. So today's recipe is this beautiful stuffed capsicum recipe, and it can be had as a starter or it can be had like a normal vegetarian side dish along with chapatis, puris or some pulao. It's super simple and it's really delicious also. So let's just jump straight ahead into today's lovely stuffed capsicum recipe.
So friends, let's start with today's beautiful recipe of stuffed capsicums. So here I've taken 4 medium-sized capsicums, washed them well. Now we're just going to cut off the top of the capsicum. Now you could use the top also just to decorate it by putting it on top once the dish is ready. So you can just de-seed it and set it aside. And now we're just going to take a knife. Actually, I found a spoon much more easier to work with, and we're going to scoop out all the seeds and the middle of the whatever's there inside the capsicum. So we're going to just take off all of that and keep it nice and clean like this. So you can use a spoon, it works better than a knife. So you can just scoop it out very gently. See that you don't tear the capsicum up, and it comes off very easily. So this is how they look. And now we're going to prepare the stuffing. So for that I've taken 4 medium-sized potatoes, boiled them, peeled them and mashed them. And now we're going to add our ingredients. We're going to start with 1 inch of ginger that I've grated. Next goes in the juice of half a lime. So about a tablespoon or so of lime juice. Or you can adjust it as per your taste. Half a teaspoon of roasted cumin powder. So I've just taken some cumin, roasted and ground it. 1 teaspoon of coriander powder or dhania powder. 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. Half a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi powder. 1 teaspoon of dry mango powder or amchur powder. Half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing. This is about 4 tablespoons of roasted peanut powder. I'll leave a recipe linked of how I make my roasted peanut powder at home. Some salt to taste. And then some freshly chopped coriander, about a tablespoon or so. You can add it as per what you like. If you want to add some more, you can add some more. And now all we have to do is just mix this very well. You can use a spoon or you can even do it with your hands. And now once it's done, all we have to do is just stuff the capsicums like this. So stuff it up completely like this. And this is how I've done for the rest. This is a very easy recipe and it gets ready also very well. So you can serve it as a starter, or you can even have it with some chapatis or puris or roti, or even as a side dish with some rice and dal. And now I've just taken about 3 tablespoons of oil, heated up the oil well, and now I'm just going to place them with the potato side up first, because we have to cook this really nicely. We don't want to eat raw capsicum. And now I had 2 more capsicums, so altogether I had 6 capsicums so that I could finish up with the filling. So you get exactly nice 6 capsicums with the amount of filling that I used. And now we're just going to cover it and cook it, and at intervals we're just going to keep turning it so that all of the capsicum is nicely cooked. So just keep turning it like this. You can use 2 forks or 2 spoons also, and then you will see this little charred look. That's what we're looking for. And keep your flame between low and medium and just keep turning them. So first we're going to cook the sides of the capsicum. So they look like this. So they have this lovely roasted effect. And now once they're all done, we're going to place them with the potato side downward. And now we're going to cook that part really well till it's nice and crispy and golden brown in color. So in a total, this took me about 8 minutes for the whole dish to get ready. And you can see how beautifully and the potatoes have nicely crisped up. And that's it, guys. And you can also sprinkle some chaat masala on the top or some lemon juice. And this is really, really delicious. So do give it a try.
Hi friends, this is Akshita here with yet another quick and delicious recipe. Today I will be showing you how to make some potato bhaji. So let's go through our ingredients. Here I have about 3 medium-sized potatoes boiled and cut into small cubes. They have to be small and cut evenly so that our masala coats each and every potato well. Here I have got a paste which I have made using about 3 light green chilies, half an inch of ginger and some curry leaves. I have put them in the mixer pot and made a fine paste. Then we require the juice of 1 lemon. We require some coriander for garnish. In our spices, we require 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds or mohri, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, 1 teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, and about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi. Then you require some salt and a little bit of sugar to taste. So let's start making this potato bhaji. Now here I have some oil heating in a pan. First we'll go in 1 teaspoon of mohri or mustard seeds. When they begin to splutter, we'll add in 1 teaspoon of cumin or jeera, followed by 1 teaspoon of hing or asafoetida, and about half a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi. Then immediately goes in our paste of green chilies, ginger and curry leaves. We'll give this a little bit of a stir. We want these chilies to fry a bit. And then goes in our diced potatoes. We give all of this a good mix so that everything gets coated with this bagar. You have to cook this between slow and medium flame, not on high flame. And now we will just cover this and let it cook for about 2 minutes. Now after 2 minutes, we will check on our potatoes. Now we will add in some sugar and salt to taste. And again give this a very good mix. Again we will cook this for another 2 minutes. Now it has been another 2 minutes. Our potato bhaji is all ready. And now all we have to do is switch off our gas, pour in the lemon juice and the garnish of coriander and give it one final mix. And here you have it, friends, the delicious yet simple potato bhaji or batatachya bhaji. Please try out this recipe and let me know how you liked it. to Akshata's recipes. Today's recipe is a methi peat perun, which is fresh methi or fenugreek leaves with a little bit of chickpea flour or besan. It's super easy to make and it's really delicious. I also have another recipe called kanda peat perun, which is on the similar lines, but we're using onions. I'll leave a link to that recipe below. So let's get started with today's recipe.
So friends, here I've taken 1 tablespoon of oil. Now this is 1 cup of methi or fenugreek leaves that I've chopped really fine. I'll tell you how to prepare it at the end of the video, to watch the video till the end. Now once the oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds or mohri or rye. Once they begin to splutter, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hinga, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi powder. Now next I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of green chili and garlic paste. So I've taken 1 green chili and 2 cloves of garlic and made it into a fine paste. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of that. And now we're going to fry this paste really well. Now we'll get the lovely aroma of this garlic and green chili. So fry this for about half a minute or so on a low flame. This paste really enhances the flavor of this recipe. And now I'm going to add 1 medium chopped onion. Now once you add the onion, you're going to fry the onion really well with the rest of the bagar or the fortni. And then we're going to cover and cook the onion for about a minute on a low flame, stirring in between. So cover it, and after after a few seconds, just remove the lid and just mix up everything really well. And let the onion fry well, and it'll become translucent too. And now once the onion is nice and fried, we're going to add our methi leaves or fenugreek leaves. So I'll leave a link to the video of how I clean and prep my methi, and watch the video till the end because I've explained as to how I've prepared the methi too for the recipe. Now mix all of this really well together. We're going to add some salt to taste. And I'm also going to add a pinch of sugar because methi is little on the bitter side, so just a pinch of sugar. And now mix everything really well. And again we're going to cover and cook this for about a minute on a low flame, stirring in between. So by doing that, what happens is the onion as well as the methi leaves some moisture. And you can see that it's nicely cooked and it's left some moisture now. So now we're going to add about 1/4 cup of chickpea flour or besan. And we're going to mix everything really well together. And again we're going to cover and cook this for about a minute on a low flame, stirring in between. So every few seconds, just take off the lid and mix all of this really well together. And then you'll soon find that the methi is nicely cooked, and so is the chickpea flour, the besan. And then what I like to do is just add about a teaspoon of clarified butter or ghee. And then I like to put the heat off and just cover and keep it for about half a minute or so. Now whatever of the besan kind of sticks to the bottom, just scrape it off. That also enhances the flavor of the dish. And that's it guys, your methi peat perun is all ready. So do try out this recipe.
so excited to share this new chana masala recipe that I tried out, and it turned out simply finger-licking delicious. My family just loved it, and I said I have to share this recipe with you. I know there are so many different types of chana masalas available out there, and everybody has their own recipe and their own take. But I would ask you to please try out this recipe. It has ingredients which are just available, easily available, or just around the house, which we use regularly. So I hope you try out this recipe. I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments box below whether you did. So without much further ado, let's just jump straight ahead into the recipe of chana masala.
So friends, these are all our ingredients. This is 1 cup of Kabuli chana which was soaked for 5 to 6 hours and then pressure cooked in a pressure pan. This is the reserve water that is there, that is left over when you're cooking the chana. Then I have 2 onions which I have chopped, 1 tomato chopped, 3 green chilies slit, half an inch of ginger grated, this is one teaspoon of kasuri methi, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander or dhania powder, 1 tablespoon of ready-made chana masala powder, then some chaat masala, about half a teaspoon, some fresh coriander, some salt to taste, and some cooking oil. So let's begin this delicious chana masala recipe. Now I'm going to first heat some oil in a pan. I'm using about 1.5 tablespoon. Then I'm going to add my onions, and we're going to fry these onions till they're nice and golden brown in color. That should take you about 1 minute, and we're cooking this on a low to medium flame. So once our onions are a little bit golden brown, we are going to add the 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, now you can increase the quantity of the chili powder to maybe a half a teaspoon more if you want it more spicy. And I'm also going to be adding the coriander or the dhania powder. Now we're going to give all of this a very nice mix. Now we're going to add the chana masala powder. You can use any brand of this chana masala which is available in the market. So mix all of this very well. Now we're going to add our tomato. Again, mix everything nicely. Next goes in our 3 slit green chilies. Now I'm using the light green chilies because they're not that spicy. Give all of this a very good mix. Now in goes our grated ginger. And now we're going to add our Kabuli chana which we have cooked. Mix all of this very, very well together. Now we're going to season it with some salt. Now I've only added about 1 teaspoon of salt, but you can always use salt as per your taste. You can increase the quantity of salt or decrease it. Again, give all of this a mix. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of the reserve water because I don't want it to be too much of a gravy dish. I want it to be a semi-gravy dish or a little on the drier side. So I'm using just about 1/4 cup of the reserve. Then I'm going to cover and cook it for about a minute or so.
Now we just have to crush the kasuri methi and just add the kasuri methi to the dish. This kasuri methi adds a lovely flavor to this chana masala. And also I'm going to be adding some chaat masala. Even that elevates the flavor of this dish. Again, give everything a good mix. And now we're just going to garnish it with some lovely cilantro, coriander, kothambir. And our dish is ready. So you can switch off the flame and our chana masala is ready. Now this goes very well with some puris, with some chapati, puri, or even some slices of bread or pav. It looks delicious, and believe me, friends, it's really, really, really that tasty. And isn't it really simple to make? You don't have to have so many ingredients, just regular ingredients that you have in around the house. So I hope you liked today's recipe of chana masala. Do write to me in the comments box below.